Hello gamers, it is me, Mew, back again with another video, and this video is going to be a 30-day art challenge if you didn't read the title and or look at the thumbnail. If the thumbnail hints that this is a 30-day art challenge. So if you've been a long-time viewer, you probably know and can probably see in my videos and how I make my videos a little bit that I am very heavily inspired by Ginger Ninja OWO. I saw Ginger Ninja, or I guess June. I saw June do a 30-day art challenge. God, that was 9 months ago now, apparently. Jesus Christ. And, I really like that idea. Since I saw June doing it, I really wanted to do a 30-day art challenge of my own. I really wanted to do it. It just, I've been feeling like I've been in a rut. I feel like, I don't know, some few years ago, my art got really good, but now it just feels like my art has kind of fallen, downward. Or it's either, if it got worse, it's just been stuck at the same level, nothing really happening. So I'm hoping that this will do something for my art. I think part of it is that I also, artists are always you learn the basics before you break the rules, which, also, if, I hope you didn't hear my soda can open. But yeah, I think part of the problem is probably that I've never really sat down and learned the rules. I know I should, considering I'm planning on being an artist after I graduate. But I don't know. I should do it. I haven't. Maybe this will be what inspires me to start doing it, but that's another thing to add to my schedule, or a lot of little things I feel like they're starting to add up. But anyways, this will be like my NaNoWriMo video a little bit, sort of, in that each day, as I complete each drawing, or don't complete each drawing, I don't know. I'm probably not. I'm gonna make sure to reel it in, not do anything too crazy, not do anything that needs days upon days of work or anything. But it's gonna be like my NaNoWriMo video, where each day I record, update you on my progress. This time you can actually see the art. I can see the art I made. Instead for NaNoWriMo, I just give you a little quote. Yeah, and I'm also going to be editing as I go, so that hopefully, it's not just okay, I finished all of the audio, now I get to spend 50 billion years editing. Yippee. Anyway, this is just a preliminary thing since it's starting tomorrow. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's jump on over to me, the future me, tomorrow in March. Let's see what she has to say. Okay, so for day one, I just wanted to combine, I wanted to do, self-portrait, real me, my persona, and, also meet the artist, because I haven't done that in a while. So I thought that'd be fun. I just found a reference, drew my persona, referenced what I was wearing that day, filled in the meet the artist info. That's about it. Also, fun fact, I am actually a brunette. I just perceived myself as blonde, because growing up, my mom was like, "You're a dirty blonde," but I just internalized the blonde. I threw it dirty. Honestly, thinking about it now, I feel like dirty blonde just implies brown. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for day one. Just a fun little meet the artist, just for funsies. Hello again, it is Mew. Guess what, bitches? I'm home alone. Fuck yeah. Anyway, On to day 2. So day 2, you have to draw a figure with reference. So, I also decided to like ask my Instagram followers, hey, do you have any suggestions for what I should do? For day 2, I got, drumroll please, nothing. So I was like, fuck it, I guess. Just draw my guy Satan. Let's draw Satan. Why not? He's my guy. I love that guy. He's the best damn guy I've ever seen. Or not seen, but you know. So I just, God, looking for a pose was really fucking hard. But anyway, I did like find this one pose of a girl just like sitting on the ground. So I'm like, you know what? Let me steal this pose, but I can just make Satan look like sad and stuff. So it did that, and then instead of him just being sad, I also just like put bruises and blood on him. Why? Well, Kingdom's Lore reasons. But that's about it. Oh no, actually, that's not about it. Backtrack. I originally wasn't gonna do any shading, but I don't know. I like the idea of just like putting like just one little like thing of shading. Nothing like too crazy, just like bleh, in one direction, you know. And then I also just made his eyes glowy. His eyes don't really glow in Kingdom's canon or anything, but I just thought it would be like a fun idea, and it would look nice. So yeah, that's about it for day 2. Okay, I completely forgot about this. So, for day 3, we had to draw a figure in action. So I had trouble trying to get a pose, and for this one, I also didn't really have a character in mind to start with. So, just looked at some poses until I found something that struck inspiration, I guess. And I picked the one that you see on screen now. It's just my OC Katharina just jumping off of something. It's nothing special. It's just, I don't know, made me think of her. She's a terrible person though, so don't get too attached to her. That's about it for this one. Okay, day 4 was to do, you have to draw like, parts of anatomy you struggle with, and also like, out of those 25 muscular and or skeletal studies, but well, number 1, the muscular ones look weird. Literally never drawn muscles before at all. Number 2, I completely forgot that it's parts of the body. I drew mostly like the entire body. Oops, I do kind of struggle with the entire body a lot though, so it works, right? Yeah, this one is not a speed paint just because I preferred to do this in my sketchbook. So yeah, this is one of the boring days. Yeah, that's it. Hi, I just realized I forgot to record this, so this is day 6. It's just like quick figures and gestures. 20 of them with 10 different body types, except I forgot the body types, so oops, again. I prefer to do these on paper, so no speed paint. It's important, but it's boring. Side note, I'm bad at these. And I can never get them really finished. So if you guys have tips on how to do better at these, let me know. It has been a little bit since I've last done these for anything that's not this, so anyway, that's it. I'm sorry for whispering so much. I always record these when I need to be quiet. So, that's it. Okay, hi, hello. It is day 6, and for day 6, I had to design a character from a generator. So, what I got in the generator was the disturbing little girl, or it might be little child, I'm not looking at it right now, who needs a mentor to help her not misuse her talents. But since today, I didn't have as much free time as I normally did, and also I wasn't necessarily looking at the prompt, so while I was drawing out this character, I did kind of forget what it was. It's supposed to be disturbing girl who needs a mentor to help her with their talents, but I just misremembered it as extremely powerful child who needs help like reining in her powers, which it's like kind of similar, but I didn't account in for the disturbing part, so like that's just in like her personality. Like the idea I have for her being like disturbing is like, I guess, I mean, her being a child but having really powerful powers. It's not magic. Also, by the way, it's specifically not magic. It's a power. I mean, it still kind of fits. But, and I also, like, while I was designing this, like, I really liked the idea of, like, very princessy, regal, rich, child-looking characters, if that makes sense. I don't know, I like that trope. And I also really like long bows. I think they look nice on characters. So I gave her those. I probably shouldn't have done this, but before I even like got to this day, like on my Instagram, you should follow me, by the way. On my Instagram, I've been asking people, hey, for this day, I'm doing this. Do you guys have any suggestions? I probably shouldn't have done that, but oof. But yeah, I had people vote on my 4 series to choose where this character goes. Although I don't think Kingdoms is my main story, but I don't think I put it in. I don't think Kingdoms was necessarily an option, just because there is already so many fucking characters in Kingdoms. I don't think it needs more than it already has. I already like if you've read my story Kingdoms, like, and you know the lore and you've been with its development, I have had to cut and trim down quite a lot of shit for the story. But yeah, basically cosmic representations 1. I don't think I've ever really explained like the design conventions, but I have kind of explained the story, but I'll still just like try to be brief with this, but I apologize if it's not brief. But basically cosmic representations is where basically for every like object in space, or not even object, just like concepts like the sun and or like the inner solar system, like all of that, like from the entire universe itself has one person to represent it, to even just one star also has a person to represent it. Like the cosmic representations is about the titular cosmic representations, who are physical manifestations of parts of space, just like protecting their space object. And, you know, and like as for design conventions, for the most part, it's like if you're the representation of the sun, then your skin, your hair, your eyes, except for the sclera. The sclera can be the sclera mostly, usually I just make it white because I'm used to doing that for characters, but sometimes I'll change up the sclera. But like all of the biological features that can be determined by a color, all of that has to be taken from the object itself. But there are exceptions, of course. Like, there's like 2 main ways of being born in this world. So like spawned is probably how most characters of cosmic representations are born. And by spawned, I mean like when the previous representation of something dies, almost immediately in this like spawner, because and in the ships that the cosmic representations live in, there's this spawner that will basically like magically like take the DNA of the previous cosmic representation and use it to create a new one. Although it's kind of explained like a clone, so that's my bad, but it's not a clone. It's not a clone. I explained it kind of like a clone, but it's like, imagine like it's kind of like being like like, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like that. Also like, and you also, if you're spawned, you only have one parent. If you die immediately, your DNA is used to create your successor. Should your successor like spawn in and be fine and whatever, sometimes like babies in the spawner can get killed, or like before a baby even gets there, which like you really gotta be there, or the baby has to go under surgery so someone else can like take over for the planned successor. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's kind of like it's basically it's like cosmic representations, like the cycle. It's kind of like Avatar, because like when one avatar dies, a new one is born. Except you know who the next cosmic representation of that is immediately. All that to say, if you're born and you don't have any recent ancestors that were, or no, I'm sorry. If you were spawned and you don't have any recent ancestors that were born, then you're probably gonna look like biologically like you'll have similar colors to whatever you're supposed to represent. But if you're just born, and by born I mean can really be any of the ways that we imagine being born. Like if you have two like I am gonna like it's hard to like generalize this, but basically like you fit like a baby physically is born like the mixing of DNA or whatever. Like okay, it's hard to generalize, but being born is like you actually have a parent or multiple parents like that are around to raise you, where if you're spawned, you're gonna be adopted because your previous cosmic representation of whatever you're supposed to represent is dead. They can't raise you. They are considered, well, not considered. They are in this universe your biological parent, but they're not around to raise you, but they can speak to you as ghosts, and that's a whole thing. That's fun. I haven't ironed out that part, but this is getting long. So, taking that into account, let me talk about the character. So, first off, it's a thing. Like, I want to try to, like, put a bunch of ethnicities into this story, so I decided, okay, let's start off, let's just make her Dutch, and then let's just give her a name. So I named her Narcisse St. Pierre before anything else, and then, like I said, kind of like not frilly though, but like princess type characters, I guess, sorta. She's not really a princess, but I guess you could say she looks a bit like one. And then obviously, because she is a child, she does have to have a parent. I don't need to elaborate, but I decided I already have a character. I already have this one character. I haven't designed him yet, but I decided that her dad, instead of just being some random faceless star who probably won't get a design or not, I don't know, it depends. She might be a backgrounder. She might get a spinoff. She might appear in the main story. Who knows? I decided I'll make her parent. She'll have a dad. And her adopted dad is the representation of the entire solar system. Lex Vandenberg. Usually, I actually usually tend to like, unless like familial, it's like a family thing, I tend to not do two characters of multiple ethnicities, just because I want to try and put as many different ethnicities. But accidentally they both turned out Dutch, so I decided, okay, fuck it, you know what? They can actually be biologically family too. Well, Narcisse is the adoptive daughter of Lex. I did decide that Lex is actually biologically the uncle to Narcisse. I decided that Narcisse's mother was the representation of also I thought it was Cooper Belt, but apparently it's Kuiper Belt. Fuck, I didn't mention that. Okay. Narcisse is the she is the cosmic representation of the Kuiper belt. So yeah. And then Lex and Narcissa's biological mom, they're siblings-in-law. Narcissa's dad was the brother to Lex. I don't know what he was. But he died. Sometime I'm just obviously Narcisse being born killed her mom. Basically, it's not like baby Narcisse didn't get up and murder her mom, but there can be two of representations representing the same thing actively at once. So unfortunately, Narcisse being born killed her mother, and I decided sometime between Narcisse being born to Narcisse being conceived, sometime in between that, Narcissa's biological dad died. So yeah, for Lex, it must fucking suck to lose your sister-in-law and your brother, but you got your niece, so yeah. Anyway, this is too long, and this is barely about the 30-day art challenge at this. Oh, fuck! Wait, no. I have to edit this audio a lot today. Like I said, because she represents the Kuiper belt. While she is actually last minute, I did decide that she was more of a born cosmic representation. She kind of looks more like a spawn one. The idea is that she got all the colors from her mom, but just looks like a lot, like physically, not in colors, everything but the colors. She looks a lot like her dad, biological dad. Okay, I think that's actually it. This strayed way too far from the 30-day art challenge. This just became cosmic representation rambles. I'm sorry. Moving on. We are now on to day 7, which is to draw the weirdest object in your house and do lights and shadows, not necessarily realism. So originally I was planning on doing this decapitated Mario thing that my sister has. I don't know. The head used to be on there, but one day I just look and Mario has no fucking head. So that's interesting. I don't know how that happened. You can ask her, I guess. But so spoiler alert, I didn't end up doing it because when I was going to go take a picture, my mom went upstairs. So I'm like, if I go in there now, my mom's gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?" So, fear of arbitrary reasons of being questioned because my sister was also not home and I had to go into her room to do that. So, yeah, because of arbitrary reasons, I did not do that. So instead, I was just looking around, and I feel like we own mostly just pretty normal stuff until I found this weird thing. It's you'll see it on screen. I'm not really sure what it is. It's probably something to do or use with cleaning, but I'm like, that's fucking weird. So I took a picture in preparation of the next day. So yeah, I just, when I was drawing this, I was a little nervous. Every time I look at really rendered art, it scares me. I would love to be able to do that. It looks interesting, but I don't know how to do that. For this, I just did a lot of color picking right from the image. I probably couldn't have done that, but I don't know. I guess I feel like if I'm replicating this, I don't know. Maybe for other stuff I'd customize the colors, but for this, I didn't really feel comfortable doing that because I can already barely do realism and stuff anyway. But yeah, I just blocked out the colors and the shape generally and just went from there. And would look at it and be like, that has that, so let me go add that to the drawing. And then in the end, it actually turned out really nice, which I was not expecting. I was expecting that this would be another boring day, but it's less boring because at least I have something to show you. But it's not boring because, well, yeah, this isn't as weird of an object as I would have liked it to be. Um, it still turned out really nice, and it does look pretty convincing. I mean, there's still some like off details, but for the most part, it turned out pretty nice. And I would like to do a little more like art like this. That could be fun. But I don't know how I would do that. Maybe I could find a way to turn that into a video. But anyway, that's day 7. Hello, welcome back. I don't know why I'm saying welcome back. Welcome back to me. It's day 8, and for day 8, you had to take 2 to 3 objects and make a scene. So again, like the last one, I was like looking around in my house, trying to find something that might make a good scene, but I was having trouble until I looked on my bed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my plushies! I should do something with my plushies. I just realized, I did not get bonus points for dramatic lighting. Did I get bonus points for creativity? I don't know. Vote now in the comments section below. But yeah, this was fun. This was cute and pretty easy. I guess today I just felt like doing something simple. And again, no backgrounds. I'm saving the backgrounds for the days I actually need to do backgrounds, just so I don't like explode. Yeah. These are my plushies. The left character is named Lord of Darkness and Destruction, and the right character is named Lady of Color and Creation. And yeah, they're kind of sort of OCs a little bit, but like not like thought in depth as of their OCs. Yeah, that's day 8. Hello, it is time for day 9. Day 9 was to draw a landscape of a place you've never been before or drawn. I haven't been to like a whole lot of places to begin with, so I mean, if we're going by that idea, then yeah, most of what I would draw would be fine. So again, I wanted to do something related to my OCs, but this was one of the like backgrounds that I had a really hard time thinking of something to do until finally I'm like, I should do something related to kingdoms. So just drew Arya, Takahiro, and a forest in the night with some little dappled light, like from the moon and stuff. I can't really elaborate more because it would be kingdom spoilers, but yeah, that's day 9. Hello, it's day 10. And day 10, I just had to do 1 point perspective background with negative points if it's a railroad or empty street. I was just gonna do something simple, but I went too simple, so. But yeah, this is just my OCs, talking, having a lunch, being in school. Yeah, next, yeah, if I weren't gonna like do stuff today, I probably would have maybe put a little more into it, but it's almost time for me to go to sleep, so nah. Hello, it is day 11, and for today I had to draw a background with 2-point perspective. Again, doing hybrid high concept art because that's the thing that probably needs it the most. Just drew more of Winter and Jack. This time they're just on a ferry, and I also wanted to draw them in their out-of-school uniforms, but also, like, change the original, like, out-of-school outfits because for the first, like, month or so, I forgot that they are supposed to live in a tropical island, so they're dressed in pretty warm clothes. So here's me, trying to atone for my sins of doing that and giving them clothes actually suited for the warm. And also, I know Winter's wearing black, and you're like, she's probably sweating. Guess what? She is, if you look closely. I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, I have no idea if this even is 2-point perspective, to be honest. But I still like how it turned out, and I know, like, tracing is, like, a hot topic. I was extremely nervous for this one. I am nervous for the reaction this will get when it gets posted. Usually when I'm like referencing a pose, especially one that I had to like manipulate 3D models with, usually what I'll do is like I'll have it like on a layer on a low opacity. I'll reference from it, but I'll try not to directly trace from it. But I think I went too far because I directly traced from it. So I don't know if it even resembles that my style that much. I did end up like, as you might be seeing at some point, like I did like move around like the limbs and stuff. I shrinked stuff. I made the head slightly bigger. But yeah, even if this is like not really 2-point perspective at all, I still had fun. And I drew a fairy and I drew water, so yeah. I experimented, so that's all that matters. I did something different. That's day 11, guys. Hello, it is day 12, and day 12 was to look at a window and draw what you see, bonus points for adding something interesting. I did look out a window and drew what I see, but I kind of simplified it a lot. I cut out a lot of details because I was not sure if I'd have the time to like do a full depth piece. But yeah, I mean it's a drawing. I don't think it's like anything amazing, but it's a drawing and I like the colors. Although I must say before anyone's like, "Oh, I like the colors," please know I didn't handpick them. I just color picked off a picture. I did take a picture, but I only like I didn't reference it heavily. I just kind of looked. I did kind of reference it, but I also kind of didn't. But yeah, that's it. Hello, it is day 13, and today I had to draw the character I designed on day, I think that was 6, in an interior setting. Originally I had a more elaborate idea, just like her in her room, like in the middle of her room, showing like more of like, I don't know, a chest of toys or stuff or whatever, but for whatever reason I would just throw that out in the garbage, and I just ended up like, and in the end, I just ended up doing something more simple. She's trying to go to sleep, but her gravity power thingy is like activating, even though she doesn't think she's actively like activating it. So a bunch of her stuff is just sticking to her, and she's frustrated. She's like, I just want to go to bed. But anyway, that's it. Hello, it is time for day 14, and for day 14, I had to do a worm's eye or bird's eye. I picked bird's eye, and I just wanted to do like, initially the plan was to like do like a map, like you know, like a floor plan, but I decided that might be cheating a bit too much, so still doing like something in a room, practicing those backgrounds and stuff. I was having trouble deciding on if this should be kingdoms, Kegokuromiya, cosmic representations, or hybrid high. Cosmic representations and hybrid high are the stuff that probably need more like visual development the most, because kingdoms and Kegokuromiya are both stories that are just written in word form. But, you know what? This is a challenge for me. Not all of this has to be concept art for stuff. Some of these I should just have fun with. So for more for fun drawing, I just drew Satan and Arya. I've also had this image of Satan's room in my head for a long time. I don't know if it quite matches the vision, but it's them, it's ship art, it's Satan and Arya. And they're in Satan's room and they're just smooching. And I was extremely worried. Like, I felt like while I was drawing this, I'm like, what if someone walks by and thinks this is like, I don't know, weird. Like, I was worried that if someone saw this, they'd get the wrong vibe, if you know what I mean. But don't worry, it's literally late at night. Yes, there's a candle, but Satan is just weird like that. He does not really like to use electronic lights. He literally just loves having candle lights, like when it's nighttime, because he's dramatic and a poet like that. That's just Satan core. Yeah, I don't think this would be Satan's like canonical room because it's still not exactly the vision I had in mind. Plus, I'm still better with backgrounds, I think, but still could use work, and it's still very simplified. Satan's bedroom would probably be very ornate and lots of blacks and grays. But anyways, that's it. That's day 14, guys. It is day 15. We are halfway through. So today was to do 3 action scenes with different compositions. So, because Cosmic Representations is a webcomic I want to make, and no spoilers, but I need the practice for Cosmic Representations. I picked them. I just picked a few characters. I was gonna try to use references, but like, I don't know. The references of action poses like didn't really fit like magic and like carrying stuff to hit people with. So yeah, I focused too much on the poses. I probably could have done more with the compositions, but to be honest, I think after like the past few days of doing like backgrounds and stuff, I wanted to do something a little more simple this time around. Yeah, that's it. Hello, day 16 was to do a 5 to 7 panel comic, but I have stuff to do today, so I was a little worried that this wouldn't get finished, so I made it extremely simplified, so they're sketchy, not cleaned up lines, no color. Sorry if you were wanting something nice, but yeah, I think it's fun, even if it's not the prettiest. But that's it for day 16. Okay, no speed paint for this one, just because I did this one traditionally, just because I prefer to do, like, more sketchy, like, practice stuff in my sketchbook. But anyways, day 17 was to draw an animal you've never drawn before 10 times with references. And I've never drawn, like, most animals, so pretty much everything was fair game. But one of my friends suggested doing a sea bunny, and I love sea bunnies. They're so cute. And I've never drawn them before, so I did just that. These aren't my favorite. It's practice, but I was kind of rushing because I actually really just want to play Minecraft. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that now. Day 18. So day 18 was to draw a car. I was gonna make this like an OC thing. I wanted to like put 4 OCs into the car, but I was having trouble finding references that showed like the inside of the car well. So I scrapped that, and then I was like, maybe I should do what I did and draw how I drew that, like, the weird object. Except, I was also like, that's gonna take way longer. So, again, I didn't do it. So I just kind of, like, did it, like, I just blocked in colors, filled in some details, called it a day. I didn't have like a whole lot of time to spare compared to some of the other days, so I didn't want to make this way more complicated for myself than it should have been. And that's it for day 8. Hello, day 19 was to draw something you hate, and so I put backgrounds and animals on that list. I think, like, now after I've been doing quite a few backgrounds, it's not like I hate it. I don't like it most of the time, but also, since I've done it quite a bit for this challenge, and I've only really drawn, like, animals, like, one other time, I decided, let's take a stab at drawing animals again. So, I found a reference to draw my OC, Naoko. She's a Tenko, which, it's one of the brands of good fox yokai. It's been a bit since I've really done much with her source material, so the details on what a Tenko does is kind of fuzzy, so you're gonna have to look at some other source besides me to, know what the heck that is. But yeah, all I remember, good kitsune who work for the deity Inari in Japanese mythology? Beliefs? Yeah. And Naoko, she's got 4 tails, and yeah, and she doesn't really look like a normal fox, because I believe when I was, like, researching her, when I first designed her, Tenko just, like, usually have, like, silver or gold fur or something like that. So yeah, I looked at a reference, but my reference was not very good. Like it's like a fox that's like sitting forward, but you can't really see like the back legs, hind legs. I'm not sure what those are called. Well, and like maybe for some other person who draws animals often, they might be able to be like, oh, that's what the fuck is up. But me, who doesn't really draw animals, is very confused. So it looks weird, but it's good to get in some practice, especially for Naoko. Anyway, that's day 19. Hello, it is day 20, and for day 20, I had to pick an object in my house and design a character based off of the object using the texture, way it looks, the function, purpose, etc. as inspiration. So I was having trouble again, just picking something. So I just like picked objects that had the prettiest colors. So I took a picture of this like fake thing of flowers, and then also these like makeup brushes that are pink with strawberry packaging, because I literally almost never do makeup on myself. But eventually I just went for the makeup one because that was like easier to do. So I was thinking like, well, the purpose of a makeup brush is to apply makeup, so I guess this character could be a makeup artist. I could have probably just went more broad, like what's like a brush is to put something, is like a brush is used to draw or paint something on. So I probably could have done something more vague and not so more tied to like the original purpose of the object, but I couldn't think of anything. And then also, because it's still in the packaging, I also considered that it is technically like a bunch of objects, but like since it's in like, and the purpose of like the plastic box is basically to contain something. So I was thinking, well, what if this like makeup artist was like an ex-criminal, like maybe like habitual like shoplifter robbery person who like went to jail and like found makeup and now wants to really turn their life around so they can do makeup instead of just robbing people. So that's kind of what I went for. And then uh like I said, that's basically what I went for. And also, this character is inserted into Cosmic Representations. Again, Cosmic Representations is like the easiest to insert anything into. Kingdoms has too many characters to begin with. I don't think it needs another character that I haven't initially had like a concept for. Keiko Kuromiya doesn't have too many characters, and I'd like it to stay that way. And also like the yokai theme is kind of hard to fit into if it's not like, I don't know, background character or parents of the main characters. And then Hybrid High, I also don't want to get too crazy with the cast. I do kind of have quite a bit of characters that I'd like to be in Hybrid High, but I'm keeping it small. I'm mostly just like rebooting and changing and redesigning, etc., the characters that I already have thought of. Maybe like stealing some old designs that I've done for other stuff and I want to repurpose. But for the most part, Hybrid High, that it's like rebooting old stuff. I don't want to put too much. I mean, obviously, because it's a reboot, new stuff will be included, but I don't mean like entirely new characters. That's not what I'd like to do. So, yeah, this girl, well, like with Cosmic Representations, the whole thing is that they're physical manifestations of space, like I explained with Narcisse. I decided I didn't really feel like trying to look up like colors and stuff to justify her being an actual cosmic representation. And like as you know, there are exceptions, but there are humans that live among the cosmic representation. So I decided she'd be a human that like fled Earth to escape from crime because I don't know, in my head it's easier to escape police by going to space than it is to escape police by going to another country, because like if police want to find you when you're in another state, they gotta like get into a plane. But if you're in fucking space and the police want to get to you, well, they're gonna have to contact like NASA and other space programs. It's a little ridiculous, but I don't know. I guess with her habitual shoplifting slash robbing stuff, she went to NASA, uh, learned what the fuck she needs to get into space safely, stole a ship, and just went for it. She went up there, and then I don't know. I guess she like found a place among the cosmic representations. Like they do have like shops and malls and stuff. Like I don't know. I guess she went to like the shops in space, bought some stuff, shoplifted some stuff. She did try to pass herself off as like a cosmic representation that's like part human and just making shit up to be like, oh, I represent this thing or whatever, somehow getting by. But eventually, yeah, she gets caught in space. She gets put in prison or jail. I know there's a difference. I don't know the difference off the top of my head. But while originally, like, I thought I wanted her prison to be plastic because she, like, the makeup brushes are in this plastic box. But I thought it was dumb. So, I mean, then it was like she was in prison / jail, but eventually I was like, well, if she's a makeup artist, how the hell is she gonna do makeup art for other people? So, currently, like, as I said, was in prison, somehow discovered makeup art and doing makeup and stuff, got really into it, suddenly does not want to be shoplifting and robbing places anymore. She just wants to do makeup now. So, she's just on house arrest now, and I know there's like reasons you get put on house arrest, so actually looking it up right now. Okay, actually I thought I could be able to like look it up quickly, but I can't. But she's on house arrest for something. I'll figure it out eventually. If this actually becomes a cosmic representation character. She's kind of hard to fit into this story, but we'll see. But yeah, she's on house arrest. She like she'll like book people and be like, okay, just come to my house and I'll do your makeup and stuff. Anyway, that's all the character ramblings. So let me just like look at the thing. So, okay, for skin, I was gonna like use like the edges of the box, but it looked weird, so I just kind of messed with like the pink brush handled tip thingy. Initially it was just gonna be like a pretty 1-to-1 adaptation of like the brush itself. Like the brush is the hair, the gray stuff would be a shirt, and like the pink handle would be like a long skirt, but I wasn't liking the look of that, and I see quite a bit of like strawberry-inspired dresses and outfits and etc. and stuff. So I thought, well, maybe it'd be cute if I did something like that. So I got some inspiration for a little bit until I finished and settled on this one like dress with like ruffles and like side puff thingies. Yeah, the dress is like my least favorite part. If she does actually become a character in Cosmic Representations, I definitely need to redesign her, but for now, it's fine. Also, I think I also wanted to use the metal parts. Oh shit, I wanted to use the metal parts for like a necklace, but I kind of didn't use the metal because I couldn't, unless it was on the house arrest anklet thingy. I didn't end up using it. I'm not too happy with this drawing, to be honest. I probably could have used a reference. I feel like I think I'm a person that just needs references to make my art look good, but I didn't want to do that, and I paid the price for it, obviously. But anyway, Well, I'm not super happy with like this design. I do think this as a character is very fun, so mayhaps he will be put in cosmic representations. But that's a story that has a lot of characters, so if not in the main story, then perhaps she will get a side story. And I need to stop talking because it's been almost 10 minutes. So that's day 20, everyone. Thanks for listening to my ramblings of day 20. Day 21. So for day 21 was to draw something and shade with like pure blacks and pure whites. No grays. No grays allowed. I don't think anyway. So again, because I feel like for a lot of this challenge, everything else except for Keiko Kuromiya has not really gotten much love. So again, I just was like, let's do something Keiko Kuromiya. And I just decided to draw Minato being emo or edgy. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't really use too much like brain power planning or whatever. So yeah. That's it. Okay, day 22. Draw an object / scene / character with hatching, cross hatching / pointillism. I wanted, because the amount of characters that I drew for stuff was unbalanced, I did another Keiko Kuromiya character. And here's the Keiko Kuromiya, guys. Wow. This was kind of like a throwback to when I was doing like Copic traditional art all the time. I don't do that anymore. Also, these sillies are in the background. Yeah. Hi.
Look at my cake. Look at it.
They can't see your cake, but yeah. And cake as in food, just in case you guys like, hoo-hoo? I don't know what that was. Anyway, that was it for day 22. It's just Keiko. She's hatched. I drew her with hatching, and she's sitting and she's thinking. What is she thinking about? I don't know. Up to you. That's it.
What does she think she is? The thinker?
Day 23 was to pick a color palette and draw something from it. So, I just was like looking around for a color palette that could fit like for a character, and I found this like pink and purple color scheme. So I decided to draw Crystal from Hybrid High, who's the main character's mom, Winter White. I just wanted to draw her being sad, mourning her dead husband. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have anything else to say, really. Hello, it is day 24. We're getting towards the end, guys. So for day 24, you had to draw and color a scene, object, character, etc. with no lines. Trying to like balance the characters drawn. So, like, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like it's been a little unbalanced. So doing another Keiko Kuromiya character for today. Yeah. Did another Keiko Kuromiya character, so I decided to do some Hotene art, both because I have a Twitter moot that I think it's moot. I have a Twitter moot that loves Hotene because Hotene's Ainu and the moot is Ainu, so sort of for them, but also because Hotene does sort of need a little bit of design updates. Kill two birds with one stone, kind of, and like just draw her for the lesbians, for the moot, and yeah. As for like design changes, I'm like trying to like get better at the Ainu textiles because I really think I did a shit job. Like Hotene's design, like it's meant to be inspired by like Ainu traditional, I guess. I don't know if it's traditional, but like Ainu clothing. Like that's the same for like pretty much everyone in the Keiko Kuromiya story. Like Minato, who I was drawing earlier, he does kind of wear a straight up kimono, but I think I would like to give him more inspired look. There's like 3 other characters that also have like inspired clothes by like their traditional clothing. Like I guess this is sort of turning into a Keiko Kuromiya ramble, but like for that, like I feel like when most people think of Japan and they don't know a whole lot about Japan. They just know, oh, it's probably mostly Japanese people and like maybe foreigners, but like that's about it. But like when I was like researching stuff about Japan, I figured out that there's like way more ethnicities that live in Japan. Like, of course, we have the Japanese, but we also have the indigenous groups, oh god, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. I'm so sorry. The Ryukyuan, the Ainu, as I mentioned. There's also like Mongolian, Indian, Vietnamese, and among like many others. So like, yeah, for like Keiko Kurumiya, I wanted there to just be not all Japanese. Well, Japan, because it is Japan, there will be a lot of Japanese people. Or it's not all Japanese people. There's other ethnicities there as well, like especially the indigenous people in Japan. There's also like from people from other countries as well, not including like America or like Western foreigners. Other Asian countries are there as well. But anyways, I didn't expect this to become a rant about Keiko Kurumiya. But yeah, design updates, Lioness Hotene for the lesbians. That's it. So, day 25 was to draw in a style I've never drawn before. And in general, there's a lot of styles I haven't drawn before. And I'm actually doing a challenge that's literally just all that. You know, that like 20, that art, the challenge, I forget if it has like a specific name, but you do 20 different art styles, including your own. So I had an art piece for that, or a style that I was doing that was almost finished, but not quite. So I basically just finished that up. I don't know if it counts as cheating, to be honest, but I don't care. I'm kind of getting just a little bit burnt out from this challenge, so I need to take what I can get so that this can be done. It has been fun, but I also would like to be done very soon, and I can't wait for that. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too in depth with like the style, because I'm gonna make a whole video about like all the art styles I do, including this one. But I drew this in the style of my friend Kit, aka Cereal Sharky, Chunky Milk, names like that, pronouns they, he, it, z. I need to look again. I'm a bad friend. I don't know their pronouns off the top of my head. I'm sorry, kid. But anyway, this. I don't think the shading is right, but I got like the colored line art and the style pretty close. Like plus they've drawn me recently too. They've drawn my persona recently, so I kind of had a cheat sheet, I guess. But yeah, that's it. Hello again. Day 26 was to draw 10 different emotions, and I probably mentioned it in my last one, but I am starting to feel the burnout just a little bit, so I ended up not digitalizing this. I was initially going to do this digitally, but mostly just kind of clean things up, but I was not feeling it today, so this is my freebie. I just drew some winter stuff with emotions. The anatomy and stuff is not that correct, but I'm not too concerned about it. I mean, I tried to make it look right, but I'm not like making it look perfect because these are just kind of scribbly little doodles, I guess. So yeah, that's it. Hello again. Today was day 27, which was to draw random shapes and make them into characters. I gotta say, I feel like this is like easier for someone with a certain style, one that's more like more western-y, cartoony. I don't know what my style falls into. Maybe it falls into western cartoony, but like, you know those ones that have like ridiculous like stylization and stuff? Yeah. one of those. For me, this is hard because like while like I will like play with like the hair, like face shapes, eyes, the bodies are all round most of the time. But that's just how I like it to be, you know? So it was a little difficult, but I think when I was like, wait, I don't have to make them all human. What the fuck am I thinking? Then it was a little easier. The first shape, like, it kind of looked like a head, like a body with no legs. So I decided, hey, let's do a character with no legs, just torso, arms, head, that, and then like kind of looked like like the waist was cinched in and like the hair was parted to the side. So I did that. Um so yeah. That is God, what the fuck was her name? That is the blue girl, Vivi. I think that's how you say it. The middle girl, Hilda, her thing, like, that was also kind of difficult, but like, it kind of just like looked like a big blob. I think I was gonna do some kind of animal again, but I thought like maybe I could make the hair just swallow up everything else about this character. I don't think it resembles the silhouette of the original shape that well. None of these do that, if I'm being quite honest, but you know. And then last one, that definitely looked like a crow to me, so I just did a crow. The crow is nothing special. I did kind of want to put in an accessory, just something else, so it's not literally just a crow, but I didn't think of anything. Sorry. Um, I did kind of have a story for these characters in mind. Like, also I was going into this intending to make a character for Cosmic Representations, Hybrid High, and Keiko Kuromiya. Yeah, but I think I just ended up doing Cosmic Representations, forgetting that, because Hybrid High is a story. While like there might be like one or two completely new characters, it's basically just me rewriting, changing a lot about old characters. And Keiko Kurumiya is kind of, I mean, you could cram characters in there if you wanted, but like I don't like a lot of my stories are built so that if I felt like it, I can put in like a billion different characters for different purposes. Keiko Kuromiya is one of those, but I don't care as much to do that just because I care more about the main characters and the main trio. Specifically, trying not to make 1,000 characters like I do with every single thing. But yeah. Anyway, I did kind of have a story for them. So Vivi is a star servant of Enyo. I'll might flash Enyo on the screen. If I don't, then boo. She's all you need to know is that she's a cosmic representation of Mars, which means she's just protecting Mars, making sure it's good. Yeah, Vivi works for Enyo. She's a star servant. She's a cosmic representation of some unnamed blue star, if you can tell based on her colors. The idea was that like, I mean, I guess like she's pretty much like just average Jill, I guess. Like, yeah, like she doesn't have legs, but like the whole, like, I guess the whole point of the story, if she, it's like probably gonna be like, yeah, I don't have legs, but like I'm literally just a person living and stuff. I guess she's very nice though. She's nice. Hilda is she's a cosmic representation of the solar system, but because we already have one, I decided she's a solar system representation of another universe. So like cosmic representations has like different universes and stuff, all that fun stuff. But I'm not gonna try to unravel all that. But Hilda's from another universe. Her backstory, because like her backstory is a little more detailed and thought out. Like, basically, like, she's a kid and she was born as the representation of a solar system, which is a big deal, right? That's a lot for a kid to, like, be training up to, like, protect the solar system already. But then turns out she has, like, really powerful healing powers. So, like, she's, like, experimented on, I guess, to, like, have her powers be used to heal others. And obviously her caretaker is not a great person, so somehow, I don't know how, she escapes her universe, gets to the universe Vivi and everyone else is in. She ends up by Enyo and her crew, and they're like, what the fuck? Why does she look malnourished and, like, in the hospital? Oh, also, yeah, I think this isn't thought out super well, though. I think, like, Hilda was being experimented on, but, like, she's so malnourished and mistreated by her caretakers that she had to go to the hospital, and she was like, dang, when I get out of the hospital, it's just gonna be more experiments and stuff to, like, harvest my healing whatever. I don't know exactly how that would work, but so she escapes. And basically Vivi's like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. I guess I'm taking you in. So Hilda just is there with the other star servants and is being taken care of by Vivi. Which, I mean, even if, like, Hilda's caretakers are shit, whoever they are, it may or may not be illegal, so I don't know. And then Oni, I don't know how it's pronounced. It's Finnish, it's not Japanese. Oni is Hilda's pet crow. I imagine she rescued the crow. The crow loves Hilda to death. And yeah, I don't, honestly, now that I think about it, a crow in space, someone did magic so the crow can, like, breathe in space, okay? Yeah. Oni is literally just a crow, loves Hilda to death, is a protector of Hilda, and they're pretty close. Once again, this turned into me rambling about my stories. So, yeah, that's this one. Yeah. Hello, day 28 was to draw an actor. Originally I was gonna do Wendy Duval. Is that Shelley? The wife, the mother in The Shining, because I was watching that in school for my film and literature class, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like it, I guess. So instead, I just thought of John Oliver because I really love Last Week Tonight. It's very funny, even though I only watched the clips that are on YouTube, but it's still very funny. I enjoy. That is, like, not really like an acting show. It's more like comedy news, I guess. I don't know the genre name of it. It's more like that. He was in Community, so yeah, I drew him, although I referenced a picture of him in Last Week Tonight. I wanted to, like, just try something new, try to do something kind of realistic use, like, a pencil brush, do it in black and white. I don't think it doesn't look realistic, nor do I think it's, like, amazing, but I did have fun. I would like to do stuff more like this. Yeah, that's about it.
I'm pissed off and not in the mood to record voiceover, so you get me. Day 29 was fan art, so I drew Zachary Ying by Zuran Zhao. Please go read it.
Guess what, gamers? It's day 30. It's the last day. Hooray! So day 30 is to draw something old, just redraw something old. I don't have a whole lot of art that I would consider good flexing material. I swear this sounds like I stole this from Jinchu Ninja OWO, but, like, it's legit. I don't have much art that I consider good flexing material. A lot of the art I do is just, like, here's a character design, and here's me explaining that, or some info on the character. Not like, here's characters in interesting poses, in interesting places and stuff. But about a year ago, I used to do this thing when I was like into Genshin, like very much into Genshin, where I would try to redraw as many or all the Genshin characters. I did get through like quite a bit of Genshin characters. I'm gonna say it was 40 characters. And when I looked back, one of the ones that I did a year ago was Yanfei. Yanfei? I think it's Yanfei. So I just redrew Yanfei, kind of scared because I can't tell the difference between some of my art now and old art then. My style hasn't really changed all that much. I'd say maybe the heads are more proportionate sometimes, and that's it. That is it. That is the 30-day art challenge. I think it was good. It was very good. A good experience, I'd say. Did my art improve? Maybe like in the backgrounds department, anatomy wise though, no. I desperately need to do like actual anatomical studies because like I'm gonna be real, I haven't really done that too much. The most I do is just like over the years I've picked up like vague kind of anatomy tips. I haven't actually sat down and like studied like real life bodies that much, and I definitely need to do that. But yeah, it was a very good experience. I would like to do more challenges like this, but for now, the next video that's a freebie is going to be something a little laid back, not something that needs this much work, and hopefully it'll be a little less shorter. So, yeah. So we're nearing the end, and finally, I am happy to announce to you all that I finally have an end card. Hooray! I have an end card, people, and I also have a fan art part. Yeah. Check out all the people that I mentioned. Go check out the people that drew this fan art. Follow my socials. Go read my stories. Subscribe, like, comment, all of the YouTuber stuff. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.